York is one of England's most beautiful and historic cities. With incredible churches, narrow streets and delightful shops, it's the perfect place for a city break. I'm James, a free walking tour guide, and in this video we're going to take a look at the 5 things I think anyone visiting York must consider doing. First up is York Minster. No trip to the city is complete without seeing this breathtaking building. It's the largest Gothic cathedral in the whole country, and it towers over the rest of the city. The church began construction in 1230 and took around 250 years to complete. I say complete, well, actually it's still kind of a work in progress, with new parts being added and repaired. You can even see some of this going on down at the stonemason's yard. If you head inside, which you should, you will be stunned by the beauty of the stained glass windows and sculptures. One of my personal favourites is the choir screen, which contains sculptures of the Kings of England through from William the Conqueror all the way to Henry VI. While you're in there, make sure you head down to the Undercroft, where you can see evidence of the old Roman fortress that was located on this site. And if you've got a head for heights, you can take the 275 steps to the top of York Minster, where you'll get an impressive view out across the city. One of the best free things to do in York is walk on the city's walls. At around 2 miles long, they are some of the most complete city walls anywhere in the country. York's city walls date back to Roman times, and you can still see the Roman multi-angular tower in the museum gardens. However, most of the walls you see today were built during the 13th and 14th century and then later rebuilt by the Victorians to provide a pleasant walkway around the city. In my opinion, the best section of the walls is between Monk Bar and Bootham Bar, as this provides some of the most fabulous views of the Minster. With all this talk of medieval walls, I think it's time to head to a castle. Clifford's tower dates back almost 1,000 years to the Norman conquest. It was built to consolidate William the Conqueror's control over the north of England, and is the scene of one of the saddest stories in the city's history, when, in 1190, around 150 Jewish people committed mass suicide inside the castle. This story, along with others from the castle's incredible history, are told inside, thanks to a new exhibition that English Heritage recently opened. While you're in there, make sure that you head up to the roof, where you'll get another amazing view out across the city. York is best explored by foot, so what better way to see all of the main landmarks and discover nearly 2,000 years of history than by joining me on a free walking tour of the city. Places are limited, so make sure you book in advance at the link below. Next, we're heading to the Yorkshire Museum Gardens, which is perfect for anyone who loves the outdoors and history. Inside, you'll find over 4,500 species of plants, including an edible wood, where each plant has some part of it that can be eaten. You'll also be able to see some of York's most remarkable buildings, including the ruins of St Mary's Abbey, which was one of the richest monasteries in northern England until it was closed by Henry VIII during the Reformation. Next to the Abbey is the Yorkshire Museum, which, in my opinion, is one of the best in the city and has everything inside, including dinosaurs, Romans, and Vikings. Finally, if you're coming to York, then you really must head to the Shambles. This is the one street you'll undoubtedly already have heard of. It dates all the way back to the Domesday Book and was for a long time a street of butchers. Today, however, it's best known as the inspiration for Diagon Alley, and for any Harry Potter fans out there, you'll feel right at home. You can find everything you need for another year at Hogwarts, from wands and robes through to sweets and potions. There is, however, one building that many people pass by without stopping and noticing, and that is the house of St Margaret Clitheroe. She was a Catholic martyr who gave her life protecting Catholic priests during the Reformation. Her house is now a small church that you can head inside to pay your respects. So that concludes it for the 5 things I think anyone visiting York must consider doing. If you've enjoyed this video, then come and join me on a free walking tour around the city. You can sign up at the link in the description below.